Hi, I'm Tiffany Vasquez. Welcome to TCM. Several science fiction movies of the 1950s went on to become cult classics thanks to the wider exposure of television. Up next is one of the first films sold to television after its theatrical run, and a film that was something of a staple on TV in the 1960s and 70s. From United Artists in 1953, it's Donovan's Brain. During the Cold War era, particularly in the 1950s, the threats in sci-fi films were typically invaders from other planets or contaminated earthbound creatures. But in Donovan's Brain, the villain is not some symbol of communist aggression, but some critics claim the exact opposite, a man overcome by the extremes of capitalism. Lew Ayres stars as a good-natured scientist studying brain activity. When a wealthy businessman named Donovan is in a plane crash near Ayres' laboratory, Ayres manages to remove his brain and keep it alive. But Donovan's brain is not only cruel and ruthless, it has the telepathic power to control Ayres. And in true Jekyll and Hyde fashion, the brain begins forcing Ayres to do its bidding, with some diabolical results. Now, don't expect any dramatic special effects during Ayres' transformations. Writer-director Felix Feist wanted those transitions to be as realistic as a sci-fi story could be. So Ayres makes the transformation to his monstrous state of mind without makeup and is wonderfully over the top. The cast also includes Jean Evans and the second Mrs. Ronald Reagan, Nancy Davis, in one of her last feature film roles. From 1953, Donovan's Brain. Donovan's Brain director Felix Feist wrote the screenplay based on a novel by Kurt Siodmak, who wrote and directed his share of sci-fi and horror movies. Siodmak's novel was originally filmed for the 1944 movie The Lady and the Monster and was adapted again for the big screen in a British version released as The Brain, but titled Vengeance in 1962 in Germany and 1963 in England. Siodmak's brother Robert Siodmak was famous for directing brilliant films noir such as The Killers, but Kurt Siodmak worked primarily on B-movies, and he was supposed to direct Donovan's Brain until he was fired for clashing with one of the producers. Up next, Cliff Robertson plays John F. Kennedy in the story of Kennedy's struggle to save his patrol boat crew during World War II.